We'll go to Ackley Bridge, which is the new Channel 4 school drama. We were talking last week, Luke. We can't think of any other 8 p.m. dramas that Channel 4 have done. Can you think of any?
I can't, no, and I watch an awful lot of Channel 4. And
Brookside is the only thing that Again, this was a J Hunt commission when Channel 4 were sort of criticised for not putting enough on for, I believe it was the 10 to 14-year-old demographic.
Ooh. Do they watch telly at 8 o'clock? Because I don't know. I know a couple of that age.
In bed by that time, you know.
And I can't imagine any of the ones I know watching this at 8 o'clock at night.
So that's, all of Luke's favourite shows are aimed at 10 to 14-year-olds. So, like Child Genius.
We love Child. You love Child Genius.
Secret Life of 4-year-olds. They're all sort of aimed at that age group. And there's something else coming up with Guy Martin as well, like an apprenticeship thing.
This has taken ages.
You'll love the voice kid then, Luke, you know.
This has taken ages, yes. Originally called the ABC. I think it's been hanging around on our coming soon page for about 2 years. I'm pretty sure it was there when I was still living at my mum's, and that's
how we measure time, isn't it?
That is how we measure time. So basically,
where was Matt living at the time?
Ackley Bridge is a sort of... I don't think we know exactly where it is. We know it's Yorkshire, but they haven't been any more specific than that.
No.
It's a sort of area where the majority of the white and Asian populations are segregated. They used to go to separate schools, but now the Ackley Bridge College has merged together the two schools, forcing these people to sort of work together, you know, have classes together and everything like that. Specifically affects two next-door neighbours, Missy and Nazreen, I think are the names of the characters.
Correct, yeah. I saw it this morning, so I can remember doing the names, I think.
They're really good friends outside of school. They've lived door to each other for years. Once they start at school, things start to go wrong. I don't think they picked up on this, why she'd had to repeat the year, Missy, who's the...
I guessed it was to do with her mother.
Yeah, her mother, who's a bit of a drug addict. They live with their nan, played by Ken's mum from Early Doors. There was another Early Doors cast member as well, wasn't there? Because there was Mark Benton's wife was the secretary in this.
Was she in Waterloo Road as well at one point? She was. She was Grantley's
mad
wife.
Yes. Yeah. Well done. 10 points.
What do I do with the points?
Collect them and redeem them at the end for a sticker.
Okay. It really is like being at school.
And I believe like Nazreen and her sisters, they live with their mother, and there's no man in the house there, is there? Because at one point...
their mother was someone I recognised.
Anitra Salkra of...
Thank you.
Well done, Gary.
Formerly of Brookside, and of Strictly Come Dancing she was on a few years ago.
That's what I remember. Oh, and Casualty then.
She is the dinner lady at the school, and I liked her in this. It was a bit of a different role for her, I think. Normally,
again, very, very forward. I'll use the word brassy again. So.
She was really sort of standing up to... It was like one of their uncles or something who was coming in saying she couldn't be friends with the girl next door. Also in this, you've got Jo Joyner, who plays the headmistress, who's determined for this to work. Paul Nichols as her PE teacher husband, who's a bit thick. Citizen Khan himself, Adil Ray,
but thankfully not
as
Citizen Khan. So.
That would be even odder.
And my favourite, Liz White as the English teacher, who's a bit. She's a bit of a party girl in this, but she has sort of. I feel
sorry for Liz White. She's a brilliant actress, and she gets just the worst roles.
I didn't like her in this.
I thought she was the best thing. Her basic story arc is that her estranged daughter turns up having sort of been kicked out by her, I'm guessing, ex-husband or ex-partner. Basically, her daughter gets a bit annoyed, puts a topless holiday photo of her mum on Twitter, and events occur. So
you can read your full review on the website.
You can read my full review on the website. Gary, really need to know what you thought of this.
I don't remember watching Waterloo Road when it came out. I do remember you guys discussing it a fair bit because I know it moved to Scotland and things like that, and we talked about that. I kind of felt like the timing of this was interesting. You know, obviously... that and obviously dealing with issues of integration with Muslims because of what's going on in society at the moment. And I thought that was a good angle and a brave move. It's like somebody thought, let's do Educating Yorkshire, but instead of the school being good, let's make it bad. And it's all the good characters that stood up and read, that had never read in class, let's make them you know, racists and all those things. All those good things about educating literature, they turned into bad.
And make it like all stereotypical and cliche. One thing I didn't mention there is like really sort of rebellious boy who's doing all these, you know.
Hated it.
Yeah, like he's.
I didn't.
He puts some. He pretends he's converted to Islam. Does a big. Oh, we're no hopers in this. Blah blah blah. Actually, one of the best scenes for me, and it was such a small one, but it plays into your thing there, Gary. Was where they were picking the football teams, and
I thought that was quite good.
You've been simmering in the background there. Go on.
No, I'm not been simmering. I think the difference between this and Waterloo Road is Waterloo Road sort of knew that it was rubbish. It did. It was tongue-in-cheek Waterloo Road, and it never took itself too seriously. This I found just to be a poor rip-off of it. I didn't think it offered anything new. I didn't think the characters were particularly interesting. I didn't think the acting was very good. I think Joe Joyner and Paul Nichols are two of the blandest actors and actresses we have.
I didn't believe that they were married.
No, I agree.
No.
There was more chemistry between Joe Joyner and Chris Addison in that Sky One comedy than there was between them two.
I thought you were getting Adil Ray and Chris Addison mixed up then.
No.
But I would, I did like the two young actresses playing Missy and Nazarene.
I felt that. I suppose the thing we ought to say is right at the end, Missy's character is very much now trying to kind of get at Nazarene, isn't she? She's asked a boy at the school to try and sleep with Nazarene to destroy her reputation. So
I also felt that I was just past this. I mean, Waterloo Road started in 2006. It's
not really aimed at us, I think, Lee. That's the thing.
No.
And one thing, and I did bring this up in my review, but as Gary mentioned it, I think Channel 4 have shot themselves in the foot a bit, because with the educating series, we can see what life is like in a real school, and it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It's a lot more subtle and diverse, and you do get those kids that are acting up, but you get the sort of kids
that was the thing. I didn't see the good side of the school.
No.
And I don't know whether we will, whether it will be 6-7 weeks or however long it is of issues.
6 episodes.
So unless they can redeem themselves by
like Liz White, and I did like that character, and I thought maybe she should have been the focus. Her character was almost a bit sort of Teachers-esque, which is odd because she was in Teachers.
Well, that's again, I got a bit of a Teachers flashback with her, and I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't like that character.
One and done.
One and done. Again, though, as I say, it's not meant for us. But then Luke likes all those shows that are meant to be for the same demographic. So
if a TV show is good, I think it's meant. I don't think My Mad Fat Diary was meant for me, but I think it's.
Fair enough.